This About the Math Topic 3 video will provide you with an overview of the concepts covered in Topic 3 across the grades. We are currently looking at the continuum for addition and subtraction across the grades in this visual. We see here that in primary, addition and subtraction is particularly focused on representing and describing situations. And junior, it transitions to representing and solving situations. There's two sections to this continuum as it follows the curriculum. There's the properties portion and then the actual operations portion. In the properties portion in primary, we see that between grade 1, 2, and 3, there's a progression of looking at the relationships between the operations and the properties, comparing the properties of those operations. So in grade 1, particularly, they're looking at just addition and subtraction. They're looking at the relationships between them and the comparative properties between them. And then in grade 2, they're looking at the relationships between addition and multiplication. So there's that repeated addition connection, and then inversely the repeated subtraction or division connection in those properties of those relationships and the relationships of the operations themselves. And then in grade 3, they're working with multiplication division relationships. You'll notice that as it gets into junior, that relationship is across all operations and all properties of all operations from 4 to 6. There is really no difference. The only thing that grows is that our exposure goes from, this is reaching back into topic 1, from whole numbers to whole numbers and decimals in grade 5 and 6. In the operations section of things, we're dealing with just addition, subtraction, growing in complexity of value of numbers. So we go from 50 to 100 to 1,000 in primary, and then 10,000, 100,000, and then any number in grade 6. There's this little piece that has been highlighted where we're looking at some of the fluency, some of the mental math, the estimation pieces. So in the primary grades, they're looking at, addition to 10, fluency, addition to 20, and then multiplying, dividing by 2, 5s, and 10 in grade 3. So building that comfort with those operations. And then we continue doing that in addition and subtraction, mostly in the junior grades, by doing some mental estimation dealing with adding and subtracting decimal values. So, that's because we're not dealing with multiplication and division, but those fluency pieces in junior transfer to multiplicative thinking. So it's multiplication division centered. And this topic is focused specifically on addition and subtraction. So there is going to be some mental estimation dealing with decimal tenths and 4. Mental work and estimation dealing with decimal hundredths in grade 5. And then, of course, in grade 6, it's any decimal value to the thousands. So when we're dealing with, this is a crucial piece in topic 3 as well, where we're dealing with, students are using objects, diagrams, and then moving from those concrete forms to more open-ended forms. So maybe you're using number lines that are closed, and you're moving students from closed forms to open forms and into representation of those operation situations using equations. So that's a really quick overview of topic 3, addition and subtraction.